Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. It is Stretch the Sketch Day and it is still best of 30 days of sketches. And this is the sketch right here. So I'm going to stretch this across. But I figured that this sketch would be perfect to finish up the back of this page protector. So this is my solo trip album to the Flower and Garden Festival. And I have this layout on this side that has all of these pockets on the other side and then nothing. So my plan is to not only stretch the sketch, but turn it upside down and make it go this way. So let's see what I can do. Guys, so I'm going to start off by trimming down my photos. Now my photos need to go down. Because my photos are the normal 4x6 size, and of course I've got all of these 4x4 pockets going on. So I'm going to go ahead and trim them down, and some of them I'm being a little strategic about. Like, I'm making sure that I'm not cutting off anything super important because, you know, that would stink. Right? Especially for that one where it is just the flower and garden photo, kind of a decorative one. Now, I've already scrapbooked a photo very similar to that in the same album, so me cutting this up and putting it in the center of this 9x9 box is not upsetting me whatsoever. I am not going to stress about it whatsoever. So I have this rose gold wood grain washi tape. I don't know where it came from. For some reason, I have a block on some of these washi tapes of where they came from. Most of the time, I feel like I can remember where my supplies are from, or at least the manufacturer, maybe not the collection. But for some reason, washi tape, it just is like, what the heck is going on? So I find my tiny heart confetti that is from the Scrapping Reflections website, and it is tiny, tiny wood veneer, you guys. And I just go ahead and put that over top of the heart that is already in the wood veneer of the washi tape. So now I am just taking a 4x4 square of this beautiful floral paper and embellishing it, because this is just going to be a decorative square. I'm not going to have 9 photos on here. I want a place for your eyes to rest, so that that is what is going on with that one. I am going to try out these foam kind of pop dot things that I got from Brutus Monroe, and they're new to me, and I wanted to try them out just to see if they would work. They're like a tabbed pop dot. They're a fun foam pop dot thing that's got a tab. I don't remember exactly what they're called. But yeah, it's got a tab, so it makes it pretty easy. Now I'm trying to figure out where I want the rest of my photos to go, and I found that little botany die cut card while I was searching through my die cut box. So my Chamel die cuts have their own storage box, as do my florals, because they exude the same kind of feeling for me. So they are there. I am going to use a bunch of florals because this is the Flower and Garden album, so flowers have to be on every single layout that I do in this album. And of course, there are flowers all over the place. I've got flowers in the photos, I got flowers in the paper, I got flowers, all kinds of good stuff. Now, I do overlap those blue Prima flowers with these burlap and bead flowers that I picked up at Hobby Lobby ages ago. And they stay on there for the entire layout. But after the camera turns off, I peel off the little wooden beads and I put a rhinestone on there, because I do add rhinestones all over this layout to give it a little bit more oomph, a little bit more sparkle and shine. So you won't see me do that here in the process part, but it will be in the final photos. So now I'm trying to figure out a way to bring this orange color over to the left-hand side of the page, because I know I want to use this orange color on the right-hand side of my page where the large title is going to go. And my ATG gives me a fit the entire time I am making this layout, you guys. It just rolls upon itself over and over, drives me up the wall. Just drives me up the wall, man. I don't know what else to say other than it drives me up the wall. So you'll see me mess with it repeatedly. It feels like the one part isn't rolling very well. I probably need to get in there and clean it out. It's probably got glue boogies all inside of it. And see, it's doing it again. So yeah, I'm going to pop on flowers. Now I am being conscious of what is on the back of this 9 squared pocket page because there are bulky things on the back, and I don't want the bulky things to be on the exact same place on the front and the back of this kind of card. So I am trying to be aware of that while I'm doing it. So I hope that that makes sense. So if I've got something super bulky on one side, I don't want something super bulky on the same exact spot on the other. I am going to use some more of that tiny heart confetti because they are adorable and tiny, and who doesn't love tiny heart confetti? So I'm going to go ahead and get that down there. Now I want to have another decorative square down here, and I want to make sure that it has this floral paper as well. So I'm using some 49 and Market die cuts from Spectrum Sherbet. I am going to add another one of those large orange flowers and then decorate it with some more flowers. So here's another one of those fabric and bead flowers, and that little guy is going to have its bead ripped off, and a big old rhinestone is going to go down there as well. So this blue and white striped paper is from Heidi Swapp, and this is a scrap of paper that is about as big or as small as a scrap of paper that I usually save, and then I mess with that stupid ATG yet again, and it did it again. Like it's like that part right there is not rolling. So I cut out the little humpers on there, and then I went into my borders where I store my borders. So this is new storage for me. I used to keep my borders with my stickers, but I decided to keep them separate now into their own place, because when I want a border, I think, oh, I want a border. I don't think, oh, I want a sticker, or I want a border, so I should go look at my stickers. No, I want to look at my borders. So they're in their own place now. So this pink border is actually from Basil, and it is ancient. And I decided that I needed to have a backing on it. So I went ahead and backed it with the heart paper that was used on the other side. And then I am just cutting it so that any of the paper joins, you're not going to see through the holes in the pink paper. And there's that ATG giving me a fit again, and I don't even care that I'm not rolling it correctly. I'm just trying to make it work. Ultimately, I decided not to use that other humper over there that I put back in to the border storage. It just didn't work. Now these are gold kind of chipboard sparkly letters, and I have actually used the gold chipboard sparkly letters on layouts, but I prefer them to be letters that I can just cut out. Now I don't have any more of the letter C, so I just take the O and make a C out of it, and then I just finished by cutting out the T. So I flip them over to the reverse because I don't want this dotted side as my letters. I want the florals as my letters. So I'm going to quickly cut these out. Now I am not being ridiculously careful about this, you guys. Like it doesn't have to be absolutely like gorgeous and perfect. It's okay that it's a little bit rough. Like that's not bothering me. If it does bother you, then maybe you want to cut it out with your die cut machine, or use the actual letters. But like I said, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. So I'm going to cut these out, and it's really easy to cut out because I did use a white pen on this darker background. Now I put that off to the side, and I will keep that piece of paper. So I talk about not using scraps a lot and not keeping scraps. So this is a scrap of paper, and I've got a couple of papers that I pulled out that I did not use on this layout either. So since I pulled these papers out and they all coordinate, what I will do is my next layout will be with these papers, and then I will trash whatever I don't use, and then put back into my stash the papers that are large enough to save. So these letters were quite busy, and you could really see, like, there wasn't any definition. So I went ahead and just really scribbly messily did a doodle line border around the outside of the letters, and that's going to give me a little bit of definition so that I can overlap these letters, which works out great. Now guys, today is Sunday, June 19th, so it is Stretch the Sketch Day and Best of 30 Days of Sketches. So you are going to see this sketch used in a variety of sizes. Some will stick to 12 by 12, some will stretch it, shrink it, some might even do a 2-page spread. I'm finding that when I stretch a sketch, I really like to do it lately into a 12 by 18 instead of a 12 by 24. I like the little bit of variety in page protector size in my album. I especially really like it right now since I just started flipping through a Disney album just to get some, some look back and see what you've done and get some inspiration. So anyway, make sure you check out everyone that is playing along with Stretch the Sketch, and check out the Best of 30 Days of Sketches playlist. And then you can see all of the rhinestones that I added onto this layout. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you again real soon for another video.